Hello and welcome to Ask Google. So this is my new series. So what I've done is I've gone out, thought of a subject, made up some questions, and I've asked Google. Although to be fair, I've not just asked Google, I've asked Siri, checked some stuff on Wikipedia and other places where you might find things. So really I suppose it could be called Ask Search Engines, but I think that ain't really going to sell it, is it? So what I've done is I've gone out and thought of a few questions and thought, let's find out what the answers are. So today we are doing American sports. So in there we've got American football, which is the most popular sport in America. Here's a quick fact for you. 29 of the 30 top ranking American TV audiences are all Super Bowl. So that's how big American football is. We've also got the NBA, NHL, and the World Series with baseball, and we've got Indy and NASCAR in there thrown in for a little bit of salt. So let's start with the youngest then. So who is the youngest player to win the Super Bowl, the NBL, Stanley Cup, and the Indy 500? Well, guess what I did? Let's Google. So quarterback, excuse the pronunciation, Americans particularly, not really sure how this one is pronounced. Quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, could that be right? Off of the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 2005. He was aged just 23, so pretty young to win that. Also, the average age of an American football player career is about 3.5 years, so he's actually getting on a bit there. Dario Milanikic, who was a center, whatever that means, for the Detroit Pistons, youngest winner of the NBL Finals, fifth youngest player to play in the NBL, and the youngest overseas player, aged just 19. Crazy. Then Larry Hillman was the youngest ever winner of the Stanley Cup when he won it in 1955, playing for the Boston Bruins, aged 18 years, 2 months, and 9 days. Pretty young again. And then Troy Ruttman, this one's got a fun fact to go with it, this one. Troy Ruttman was 22 years and 80 days back in 1952 when he won the Indy 500. Fun fact for you here. The Indy 500 used to be part of the World Championship, which is now Formula One. But other events were ranked, and he was the youngest winner until Fernando Alonso won a Formula One race in Hungary in 2003. So it's crazy, really. But yeah, there you go. So we found out who the youngest are. What about the oldest? So the oldest winner of the Indy 500 was anwsers Senior. User, is that right? I don't know. He won on the 24th of May 1987, age 47, and it was his fourth win. Currently, the oldest player to win the Super Bowl is punter Jeff Friegels, who was the New York Giants punter in the Super Bowl 42, when the New York upset Brady and the previous undefeated Patriots in 2008. He was 41. Rob Parrish, age 43, is the oldest player to win the NBA championship back in 1996-97 season. In the team, it featured a few little household names: Michael Jordan, Scott Pippen, and Dennis Rodman. Whatever happened to them? And then defenseman Chris Chelos. I wish these people would have a little bit easier names to pronounce, but there you go. A three-time Stanley Cup winner and the second oldest NHL player ever won the Stanley Cup with the Detroit Red Wings in 2008 at the age of 45. Another question for you then. So we've got Indy 500, famous race, and it's Indy style cars, and we've got NASCARs. So what's the difference? I asked Google. This is what it told me. So the main difference between NASCAR and Indy cars is Indy cars are more about aerodynamics, where the NASCARs are allowed to have contact, which makes for a more volatile race. Basically, then even if you look at them, Indy cars do look very similar to a Formula One car in appearance, and that's the style of car that they are. I then asked, How many players on an American football pitch at one time? There are 11 players per side, so it's the same as in association football team or soccer. Is a quarterback only used in an attacking team? A quarterback generally plays the whole game, giving leadership, so he's pretty much the captain. Which teams have the most World Series, Super Bowls, NBLs, and ice hockey? So, the New York Yankees. Yeah, that's one team I've heard of in the Atlantic League. Have won 40 World Series through to 2020, winning 27, the most championship appearances and the most victories by any team in our 4 major North American professional sports leagues. Good on them. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots have both won 6 Super Bowls. Both the Boston Celtics and the Minneapolis or the Los Angeles Lakers have both won 17 championships. The greatest Indy and NASCAR driver, AJ Voigt, is IndyCar's greatest ever driver with 7 championships, winning 67 races. And Richard Petty with 200 wins in NASCAR's most successful driver and 7 Daytona 500 race wins. Daytona, for those who don't know, is the equivalent, I believe, of Indy. The oldest team in US sport, the oldest NFL team is the Chicago Bears, which was established in 1921. The Bears began life as the Decatur, Illinois in 1920, when they were known as the Decatur Stanleys. Sorry, yeah, ignore me. Yeah, sorry, I'll rewrite that bit then. The oldest NFL team is the Chicago Bears, which was established in 1921. The Bears began life in Decatur, somewhere in Illinois, in 1920, when they were known as the Decatur Stanleys, before relocating to Chicago the following year. The Chicago Bears have won 9 NFL championships, including 1 Super Bowl in 1985. So the Super Bowl is like the FA Cup of American football, but clearly the FA Cup is better because this is the thing, okay? And this is the thing that, hang on a minute, let me just read. Trying to get that. Okay, yeah, so they call it American football. When do you use your ball? When do you use your foot? When do you use your foot? So, football, in association football, you're kicking the ball. Yes, you do have a goalkeeper who can handle the ball, but he's in one set area. The main purpose is to use your foot. You can header it, you can use any part of your body, just not your hands. The one thing you use in American football is your hands. So, enough said. Anyway, association football is better. Who said it wasn't? Anyway, we're doing it on American football, so let's carry on, shall we? So, oldest sports ground, arena. So, Franklin Field at the University of Pennsylvania is the oldest football stadium in the US. It was even the place where the first game was broadcast on radio in 1922. This has been Ask Google, American Sports, Episode 1. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, if you could, smack that like button. Leave a review or a comment. Let me know what you think. Also, if you have another subject, I will take serious recommendations and look into them. If you have another subject you'd like me to cover, then do, like I say, leave me a subject. I knew nothing about these sports really. I knew a few of those names. Most of them I didn't. Hope I got the pronunciation right. So do hit the like. Do obviously subscribe. That would be amazing. Nearly up to 1,000 subscribers now. Would love to get there by the end of September. That would be amazing. And as always, make sure you share and enjoy yourself. See you, pals.